to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. What we're going to go over today is how we've been talking about Bitcoin. Do not go short yesterday, as we were going to make a run to all-time highs here, and we've already hit the first move, the target out of there. And we've also been talking about XRP for the better part of a month, it feels like, since it went down to 48.8 cents, and we'll revisit the January of 2024 formation. We built a bullish Gartley double bottom, well, you had to be ahead of it at 48.8 cents. But we made a proclamation here that if you have not bought into XRP, it's the easiest 35 to 40% move that you could buy into, because it would happen in a short amount of time. You just had to have a little trust there, and then you could have the leverage to do whatever you want to do with it, whether you wanted to continue on. And I'm proud to say we hit that technical target of 66.6 cents that we were aiming for from 48.8 cents. Now the question is, are we going to be put in a situation where we put ourselves in a setup for a continuation of about 24% to 80 cents? And I'm going to show you a pretty alarming scenario here, or a pretty good indicator that I think that's more than likely the possibility now. And not just because Bitcoin's over 67,000. It doesn't hurt, don't kid me, or don't get me wrong. But the November of 2021 formation is predicting this move, and it's time that we pay more attention to it, because it also predicted that 13.2% flash crash down to 52.15 or 52.5 cent area. So we need to pay attention to that formation. Therefore, that supersedes our consolidation at 75 cents over 6 years, because this started in November 21. This, in fact, could be how we got out of a 6-year consolidation. And then if you could back test somehow 75 cents in that formation that started all the way back on January 2018, we could be pushing ourselves into a really quick, either unbelievable bear market rally like in 21, or we're going to retest that push and try to finally retest all-time highs here sometime in the future. But we can't even get to that until we can break out of this first tier. We got to get past 66.6 cents. But today is an excellent reason to be excited about XRP. But not just XRP. Every single one of our cryptos are flying. I wish I had more than $100 in Shiba, as I'm up like $500 in Shiba. But I wish I would have put more than 100. But honestly, H-bar is on a cup and handle. The handle's about, we flew off of it. Now it looks like it's getting ready to continue its move. We have ZIL moving up at about 10% today now. We've got VeChain approaching 5 cents. And some of these prices where we bought in, if you're new, H-bar was 5.2. We bought in at ZIL at 1.5 cents. VeChain at 1.6 cents. XDC at 3 cents. DGB at 0.007. XLM at 8.5 cents. XRP at 34.6 cents. We bought into Algo under 10 cents. Dogecoin Julius from 5.5 cents. That I bought her and sent it to her. So those are hers. That's her baby. So I bought 10,000 for 550 bucks and sent it to her portfolio. And now she's crushing us. She's absolutely crushing us. So she's up in the same time. And I bought that right around when I bought XRP 1 year ago approximately. And that's up for her over 300%. And we're sitting up not even a one bagger on XRP right now. We are lagging behind the market and the competition. But I'm going to show you every reason why that you should not be getting down. And if your worst performing asset is 90-something% up, you should have every reason to be happy. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, we also bought Flare at 0.007 cents. We bought Gala at 1.2 cents. We bought Solo at 8.5 cents. 9 cents. We bought Corium at 8.5 cents. Or Solo was 9.5, Corium 8.5, or 8 and 9, whatever. So we've been doing our due diligence, but now we're going to go over this and the fact that is XRP moments away from validating a continuation of 24%. And for that to happen, I'm going to show you the two moves that we have to make here at 66.6 and ultimately hitting that technical target that we had out of the bull flag at around 67.7 cents. You get on top of that, you're opening the door, ladies and gentlemen. If we get on top of not just 66, and I'm excited, 66.6 cents, but we get on top of that 67.7 cents, that technical move out of the bull flag, look out. Look out. We're going to open up something we haven't done in quite some time here. And we're going to get outside of a formation, possibly, that we have not got outside of since the drop down in 2018. And that resistance line has been killing us ever since. Even when we make volatile moves up, it's just confirmed that second hit back in 2021. So now finally, 2018, 2021, 2024. The market moves in 3-year cycles lately. 18, 21, 24. So whether it's a bear market rally or not, or if we go into a full-blown bull market, ladies and gentlemen, I may finally be able to get a haircut. And for some of you, first, I don't even know how many people are watching, nor do I care, but I just care about the ones who show up. For everybody who's new, I promised my audience I would not cut my hair until XRP hit $1, and I have not cut it since last July. That's 8 months when I broke both my hands and a couple fingers, or my forearm, my hand, my fingers. Yeah, it was bad. But anyhow, I haven't cut it since then when Julie did it, and it's been 8 months, and yes, it's been a long time. My goatee, haven't cut that either. It's getting quite long. You know, it's a more humid day today here, so my hair is bouncing around. So we'll see what happens. So then the last thing we'll talk about when we get through everything, Bitcoin, all of our nice cryptos, we're going to talk about, can XRP rally long term? And we're going to read against what we've seen, and we're going to see what we're seeing across the board. I know that was a long opening, as XRP's up 1.45 billion on the day, 4.24% to 35.7 billion. What a fantastic sight to see here on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Positivity over negativity, as I always say. And what do I always say? You accumulate when nobody wants it. When everybody says it's a pile of horse manure, when everybody says that this crap is never going to go anywhere, when everybody's telling you're a fool for owning it, you start buying into those assets that you believe in. And then now everybody starts looking like, holy shit, Bitcoin's at 67,000. No one saw this coming. This community did, because we called that retracement bottom at 26,500 on the nose. And I said, buy all your favorite cryptos today and don't stop until you get it through the accumulation phase. Because we went from tightening to quantitative easing. And on that day, I did an emergency updates, and said it's over. We're not going down to the lowest of lows. Even if we thought it was possible, we're not going below certain levels. This is it. This is the best you can hope for. And this is better than 95% of the people who are already in. So we had to take advantage of it. So let me do the intro here. And if you are watching right now, please hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this live. It'll allow not just new viewers, but old viewers as well find their way in. If you do appreciate my work, I always say it's on days like today, after we've had a nice rally. You know, if you ever consider to join Tom's Army to pay it forward and show your appreciation for the time I put in, or consider sending a YouTube super chat as it's the start of a new month to pay it forward, it would be greatly appreciated. If you are looking to trade XRP in the USA and you're sick of the exchanges going down, yada, 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 or you just want to be able to trade XRP, I've started to use BITUNIX. I'll share this on here because during the high times of volatility, they're up, and I don't have to pay the extraordinary fees like on most exchanges. It's the lowest spot fees and futures leverage, or futures trading fees, leverage trading, whatever you want to call it, on the market in the USA for us, and we don't need to use a VPN. And they've had XRP during the whole lawsuit. They've never got rid of it, and they have a license in the USA since 21, and a license now in the USA as of November, or in Canada as of November of 23. So USA and Canada users who have a hard time buying XRP, download BITUNIX and take advantage of it while we can, because we don't know regulations that are going to come forward, and we don't know if they're going to stop us from buying this in the future. So we better start doing what we need to do before it's too late. So get on board before you can't get on board. Oh my God, there's 127 people in here already. Jesus Louisos. All right, let's say hi to everybody. White Lotus, welcome in. Thank you so much for continuing supporting the program. Rob Holkalik, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3 months, along with UK Phil with the XRP Meteor. Zach tunes in from South Africa. See, how blessed am I to have everybody from around the world. One day it's my dream to make a visit to many, many different countries to meet all of my fans, or everybody who's excited about XRP when we finally hit that milestone. I would love to meet people at different parts of the world. It'd be an honor. Matt, Holden, and Joshua, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 5 months with the XRP Predictor. Angela is in here, and she's been in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Thank you so much for that, love. Mark Caston, Albert, Jorge, and Nick. Welcome in, my friends, and thank you for tuning in on this beautiful, beautiful Monday afternoon here in the great state of Michigan. As Albert's here from beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. We've got CJ2 Pilot in, and thank you for tuning in, my friend, and being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Let's see, Matt Holden, good afternoon. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for 5 months. Oh, I already said that with you and Joshua. Thank you all so much for that. Mark Smith, thank you for being in Tom's Army for 1 month. I know that's true because you got the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And once I get through this, I'll shut my phone off and turn the comments on my tablet, but there's so many of them, the tablet can only keep up for so long, and then it'll just skip past them because it goes through quick and it has to back up, so I can at least go backwards right now. Q, welcome in. Yes, it is close. Sean Crothers, welcome in, my main man from Maine. I know you're having a fantastic day here. One of my most trusted mods in the house, so be on your best behavior. Not that I ask my mods to do anything. It's just a line of security, just in case things go in a way I don't want it to. UK Phil, welcome in, and thank you for being in Tom's Army, as I've said, with CJ2 Pilot as well for 3 months with the XP Meteor. Louisville, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year. Welcome in, buddy. I'm so glad to see you continuing tuning in and supporting the program. I don't really have an opinion just yet, but we'll get into it if we have time, Mark. Maybe this evening we'll talk about the Coinbase decision, but right now I'm talking about the price action mostly. True, welcome in, and thanks you for continuing your support of this program by coming here each and every day when you can. And Mark Smith, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. That's my face superimposed on there. Thank you, Amber, if you're watching out in the abyss. I'm sure True's laughing at me for my hair. Yep. Tom, what happens when we break out of our all-time pattern? Well, we'll get into that today. If we were to successfully do it and we actually went to the technical move, if you measure out the entirety of this formation, the technical buildup has a technical target of $1.97. Everybody knows that target very well because that would be a retest of the 2021 bear market rally. If you get on top of that, that's how you signal and hold a push to retest all-time highs. That's what you have to do to continue that signal. So what it would have done is we would have went from $1.79 or $1.97, $1.98. We would have consolidated all the way back down to 28 cents, just like when we went from $3.50 and consolidated all the way back down to just over 10 cents, then went to $1.97. Maybe we didn't have enough steam or $1.98 to get all the way back. So now we consolidate back into the formation for 3 more years. And now on the next breakout, maybe we'll have enough steam to get over that area. That's where the technical target is if you do it before December of 24. Or before Easter. If you do it, well, not just Easter, but if you do it to around June. Technically, if you break out before June, that would be your technical trend. You would have to fill that technical target. Just like when we broke out of the January of 24 pattern, our technical target was to come up and it was to reach, I'll just put it on here so everybody can see. Our technical target when we came out of the January of 2024 formation, I got so many charts, was up here. And we fulfilled it, up to 66.6 cents. Well, my target was 66.6. As we come farther across, now it's like 67. But our initial target. Now with the bull flag set up, that pulls us up to 67.70. So if we get on top of the short-term bull flag. So my thing is if we did need to get this second time down, just so that we could get enough support and we cleared out. So what could have happened is, what I'm saying is, and I'll continue with the comments, what could have happened is, and don't be surprised if this actually happened, but you know, this is just speculation and it probably won't play out, but this is what could have happened. So if we go back to the all-time formation, and let me get into a better chart so that you can actually see what I'm talking about. So this is the all-time formation, right? So what could have happened is we came up, and this is where we hit all-time highs. $1.90 or $3.50 depending on exchange, $3.30 on Bitstamp in January of 21. We had to come all the way back down here to March of 2020 to hit over just over 10 cents to gain the traction. Now we came up. Now, if this area to come up here, the only point of this, just to have a quick dive back down to the uptrend, was to clear out all of the buyers in here, to clear out the space to come now through this zone where there's basically nobody. There's the minimum amount of buyers in this area. Now, we had to get rid of this whole section, and we did. So the speculation is you came through, bounced, and then you had this bear market rally, as I said, to set up the eventual rally. Typically, you pull through 70 to 75% of the pattern. And if we're going to pull through here somewhere, if we're going to do it without following through, we have to go to here. Otherwise, we might have to follow through, not just from here. We may have to follow through the all time, and we don't want to do that. So first chance to technically break out, to get through this pattern where we went down to in 2018 and then went up to in 2018 and came down to in 2020 to form the uptrend, you would have to complete the pattern in January or December, January of 2024 or early 2025. So December of 24, January of 25. So it lines up absolutely unbelievably well. So let me continue with this because we've got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate everybody being here because there's a lot of people. I hope that made sense. CJ2 Pilot says, hair, yes, indeed, indeed. Captain Crypto Morgan, welcome in. Mark James, good evening to you, my friend. Jay Schwartzfeiger, welcome in. Crypto Bob. Captain Crypto Morgan, I appreciate you saying smash the like button as well. And good evening to you, Crypto Bob. Yes, please hit that like button so YouTube will recommend this live and we continue to grow and continue to allow people to come in here who want to see the truth about not just XRP, but how to actually invest and to accumulate. And no, I don't charge if you're new. None of my portfolio I've ever charged for you to see. You just have to be here when we do the accumulation phase. We did Winning Wednesdays, FOMO Fridays. I've shown you every step of the way. So just understand that I appreciate you so much that I'll let you in on what I do. You don't have to pay anything over and above. But if you do appreciate what I do, I ask one time a month, if you have found some value, to send a YouTube super chat or consider joining Tom's Army. Consider getting those emoji badges and showing your true support. We've got Herbert Jean sent $2. Thanks for paying it forward. I appreciate that first donation. I greatly appreciate that. Bitcoin hit all-time high in Australia where I am this morning, 103.5K. Holy shit kabolies. That means it's on the trend, ladies and gentlemen. That means we're just behind in the US. We're about to have a massive explosion. I feel it. Man, once Bitcoin also gives us some of this money back, because the Bitcoin dominance is up almost another one whole dollar here to 50 or 1% to 55. Man, that's 55% of the money is almost into Bitcoin, up 1.76% in the dominance. GF Mezza, welcome in. Matt Holden, Coinbase screwed up again. I keep talking about it. And finally, and I am so blessed at the fact that BITUNIX did its market or its system update. It added 200 different trading pairs, but it did it in not a time when Bitcoin was actually rallying. It actually did it on a consolidation phase. It gave you the heads up, and they finished it promptly, and now it's been back to normal after the update. So now there's a lot more to it, and it never goes down in the high times of volatility. I'm sure at some point it will, but we watched in the pump in 2023 in July, while Uphold, MEXC, BitGet, Coinbase, Binance, Kraken are all going down. You had very few that were staying up, and BITUNIX, we noticed, was up, and why we paid an interest to it now is because they never let go of XRP during the whole lawsuit, and they have the lowest spot fee to buy it, unlike Uphold in the USA. And I love Uphold, but they nickel and dime you to death on Uphold on the buy and sell. So I started to show support, and I until recently didn't even share it with my audience, but now I'm sharing it with everybody because why be left out? Yes, I have a lot of my portfolio on Uphold, and yes, almost all of my XRPs in a wallet on the ledger, but I still have some spare couple thousand XRP and spare money, about $1,000 right now on BITUNIX, to where if something were to go down, I could grab more shares or tokens if it comes into a radius or whatever the case may be. But I do not want to be stuck like some people are saying now in Coinbase. It never freaking ends in crypto. It never ends with these exchanges going down. It's no different than if you're in the stock market. Someone say, oh, that's why I trade the stock market. Yeah, well, guess what? In high times of volatility, conveniently they halt. The market gets halted. The particular token gets, or asset gets halted, so you can't even trade it. So they do it across all markets. But I have noticed BITUNIX is really there for us. So the link's there. Take advantage of at least putting a little bit in there in case you get caught in a moment where you actually want to add or sell. Don't get yourself caught in a bind because we're too loyal to an exchange we shouldn't be. That's what I've noticed. If they're going to be loyal to us, and they've got a license from 21 in the USA and 23 from Canada. So damn it, I'm going to tell you what I know. And there's nothing in it for me for this part. Like, I'm not sharing anything. I'm not telling you to do something you don't want to do. But I'm just giving you some friendly advice that has worked well for me. And it saved me a lot of freaking money, especially if you're a lever trader. The worst thing that can happen is that damn exchange goes down on you. Then you got no choice but to eat it. Sorry, I get passionate because the exchanges going down bothers me. And now I've seen more, you know, somebody said about coin, it just bothers me. But positivity, we have ways around it. We have ways around it. Let's get through this because I see a red donation, which 50, oh my goodness. My God. Brendan, welcome in and thank you so much for being your first time here. I'm so proud of you for making the journey here and actually staying here. I know it takes a long time for me to get through the intro and talk to everybody, but I really do try to say hi to everybody and then I get going. But today I've been fitting it all in at once. Chance, welcome in. Marvin, Mandoline, good afternoon. When everybody starts cashing out at the same time, it will crash hard. Well, eventually that's what we're going to watch for. But you got to understand market cycles, my friend. That's why we buy the accumulation. So don't hatch your eggs before they actually are, you know, born. So I don't even know what that's supposed to mean because that came out backwards. But be positive in the moment. Mr. Mac, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the 589 badge. Ramming Speed, why I feel depressed today? I don't know. Some people feel depressed. I don't know what your situation is, my friend, but positivity and love and living in the day. If you live in the day and not in the moment or in the week or the year, but you just live in the day. I'm not saying by the second, just live as if only Monday exists. Do the best you can possibly do and try to help as many people as possible. And on Tuesday, you're going to feel a little bit better. You feel depressed right now, go out to the store if you have the means and wait. Wait for that person who you can see it written all over their face that they can't afford their groceries. And you can see they're trying to pick out some groceries. If you have the means, go pay for it. Just swipe your card and walk away. Don't even look back. That'll give you a good way to feel spiritually connected and try to help your fellow man. Or go out and help somebody who's struggling with your eye. There's so many things you can do to try to have a positive, uplifting feeling. Chris, welcome in. He was saying Bitcoin at its all-time high. Ronnie, thank you so much for the $50 donation. That is so unbelievable. I don't even know what to say about that. Like that's crazy. We about to rock and roll. Don't get to catch you bunch, but caught you today. Let's start these super chats off with a bang. Love you, bro, and keep up the Jedi Master chart reading. I really appreciate that, Ronnie. And thank you to the 7 people, including myself, that hit the like button. Yeah, we'll look at Gala as well, as we bought it at 1.2 cents, and Gala right now is up to 4.6 cents. So just another one that we're up almost a 3-bagger on right now. It's very important to not just buy in everything into one thing, but the majority of my biggest holding of money I put in was XRP at 3,500 bucks or 3,470, whatever it was. Nothing's even close. 1/3 maybe is the closest that I did up until. So we'll see what happens by the end. JB Crypto, Credit Crypto is saying based on XRP Bitcoin pair chart and XRP Ethereum pair, he expects XRP to outdo Bitcoin and Ethereum this bull run. I would not be surprised. I don't know who that is, but that seems to be on par with what I'm seeing, that it's going to have a bigger rally by the time it's all said and done based on percentages than Bitcoin and Ethereum on this time around, and also based on circumstances that'll play out as this year goes forward. But it's all speculation for now, what could possibly happen. I apologize. I'm trying to catch up, everybody, but it's just so hard. Joshua, welcome in, and thank you for the $1.99 donation as well. I know I already said thank you for being in Tom's Army for 5 months with the XP Predictor, but I thank you so much, everybody. Let me get back to the charts and everything, but there's just so much stuff going on. Please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend us, and to all the donations. Ronnie for the $50 donation, like unbelievably, and thank you so much. If you think XRP is going to rally past here and we're going to break 66.6 cents, push past the 67.7 cents resistance, Julie. Julie wants to relax, so we will relax with Julie. So if you can have cannabis where you're at and it's legal, I encourage you to join us. It's been a God saving for me and Julie. What? Who gives a fuck? I don't care about it. My God, Julie's up to almost 18 cents now on Doge. For the record, folks, Julie's in at 5.5 cents. As you all know, I finally bought it back for her and sent it back to her account because I told her I'd take care of it until it was ready to rebuy. And now she's up to $1,822, and it cost me $550 to buy. So to put it in perspective, if I would have threw my $3,500, and this is what people do to me all the time, if I would have threw my $3,500 into Doge with what I bought with Julie, for Julie, I would be up, $10,000 right now, instead of just $3,000. So right now I'm down 7,000 in comparison where I could be if I would have traded Doge instead of XRP. We own Doge, but that's what I'm saying. You can't do that though. I am not mad. I am very blessed that I got the XRP where I did. I know what we're holding. We know what we're doing here. Are the comments not coming through? What's going on here? I can't tell. What was this? Angela, thank you so much for the $5 donation and being part of Town's Army for 5 months. It says up on fetch about $5,000. Would you take some profits at this point or hold? Up 5,000. I don't know how much you spent, but you should definitely at least take back your buy-in. If you've got over and above, I mean, I don't know the chart. I don't even know what fetch is, so I would be speculating. But if you're up, I don't know the percentage, but at some point you're gonna have to make that decision for sure. Why isn't it showing me the comments? Looks like I'm no, on my tablet. YouTube censored my comments during the live, so I have to look at it as if I'm just in the comment section. So everybody, if you don't see my comments right away, I apologize, but apparently YouTube's censoring the comment section today, as it sometimes does when I try to show it on my tablet. I don't know why it does that sometimes. So let's just get going. XRP right now sits at 65.378 cents. We're up 4.17% on the day. We needed this little pullback again here, and what made me more comfortable is when we were on yesterday, I said I wouldn't necessarily take the leverage trade that a lot of people were setting up for, and it was only a 10x one, because I said even with the stop loss, it felt like in the 30-minute time frame, it could have come down to the 200-day, and unfortunately for a lot of people last night, the 200 was set up down here, and it came right down to 58.7 cents, and then what? Came up to a new high for this rotation. So start to look at these formations. Remember, Doge has been front running us, and we talked about this before. Doge has been front running us, and then we made another move. So we broke out of the January of 2020 or the July of 2023 formation here. Now what I'm saying is, if we get on top of the rising channel resistance and this setup right now, let me get the right chart. I apologize, but that is not the right chart. This is the bull flag though, and that's the bull flag resistance that we broke out of, and we talked about this yesterday, and we broke out of the bull flag resistance now. Let me delete this so we can see. So much stuff here. And then we even had a big wick down right there. So, but now we need to get up and hold 67.69 cents. We do have the underneath support at 644 that we could hold. That's a nice pivot point. But, you know, we're not going to want to keep coming down here farther past once we break above the 66.6 cents. This is what really matters. This is the rising channel resistance, and that's what we've been stuck in since June of 2022. Now we need to get over it. Now what I will say is we're going to start to finish off a cup here as well, depending on where we want to look at it. So what I'm saying is I don't necessarily think we're going to stop here or here. I think what's probably going to happen is we already did a short term when we did this, and then we came out of it. So I think maybe we're targeting right here, and that's how we start to push that 75 cent area, 70, 75. But that's speculative, because once you get above the rising channel resistance, this is what I'm seeing. And I know the all-time pattern suggests right now we would have a resistance, and we have to face this. I acknowledge this at 75 cents. But look at this formation here. Just look at this formation. This is the November of 2024 formation, or November of 2021 formation. This is the formation that we're in currently, if we talk about the two we've broke out of now, and if we get past the rising channel resistance at 66.6 cents, this is what we'd be aimed at. Nothing in between. And yes, you have 75 cents. Julie, did you not want? Okay, 75 cents. But we're looking to move up, and this target's 80, 81, 82 cents here. So if we're just looking at this formation, and we called this, like I could sit here and say, oh, we don't see anything, we see it all. Let's just, I'll be honest. We called this cup, and then we called the next move, and on all of my charts, I put it out there so you can see it not just in the long term from when we hit all-time highs and the rotation of over 6 years now, but I want you to see the January of 24 so you can see how it breaks out from steps. So if we look at this, we broke out from January of 2024 right here. Nope, not there. How many charts do I have now? January of 2024. This suggested that even if we took out the July of 23 rotation, that our next move should be the June of 2022 to the rising channel resistance, which now we've hit. But what I did is we went into the July of 2023 formation so we could all see it and understand how it was rotating. So then we did that, came through it, even showed the ascending formation here where the January formation started, but we broke it into tiers. This, now that we broke out, is suggesting we come up to 77. So now these are the intermediate levels. So to me, if you can get over 75, our next big target is that 80 cent, 81 cent mark on November of 2021, because that's your overextension to try to tell us whether or not we're going back into a full-blown rally here. And we're getting very close, ladies and gentlemen. We are so close. And I keep saying that, but now we're actually so fucking close. When we said to buy back in, if you weren't in yet, at 48.8 cents, and I was here begging everybody, if you're not in, I know it's not 35 where we bought in, I know it's not 12 cents where some of you want, but it was literally the easiest move to be up 35 to what? 40% right off the bat. And right now, even if you want to make a decision, you're up 35% roughly. So you can do whatever you want. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to buy you in at good rotational spots. And once we created this, I said, oh my God, it's about to start. And I was so happy. I was so happy. And that's also right here, for some of you who might know, I came on and made a proclamation to everybody and apologized. And around that time, when we hit, where was it at? Let's see. And not because of my predictions, not because I was technically doing anything wrong. I just, oh, I'll get into it. Let's get, where the heck is my, oh, here it is. So, why isn't it showing the brush? It's all locked up right now. I'm like, I know I've been hitting the brush. Let's just open TradingView back up. Sometimes this happens. Oh, and by the way, gold, 2,115 bucks, right around the corner from all-time highs again, less than 35, 40 bucks. B2 Gold, I put out a buy alert for everybody at $2.37. I said it's over. Even if it goes down, we'll do the 20% from there. It's at 264. So just pay attention to commodities as well. We built something more than just crypto. But continuing on what we were saying, let's go back to the chart, because now, hopefully it'll let me draw. So, wait a minute. What the heck was I talking about? Oh, yeah. No, I don't even remember what I was talking about now. Where was I at? I got excited. I got like 3 things I want to talk about at once. Oh, yeah, right here. So, what got us understanding what was going on here is we had a dump down, and if we watch, that's an exhaustion candle. I always talk about these. And once it formed that, now we speculated, and we drew this out. And we were speculating where it would hit. And once it created the second hit of downtrending resistance, we knew that it was like this, so we had to find a meet point. Well, once we did this, and we formed this, I said, okay, now we're watching. It comes down here, and I came on February, the beginning of February, right when this move was happening to the downside, before it hit the third hit, and I said, I don't feel like I'm doing as good of a job as I can do at dictating what I need to say. I think I could be putting in more time, and ever since then, you've not seen me not even miss a day of lives. I've been putting out different types of content, and I've had a different vibe here. And that's because I knew we were coming to an inflection point here. For anybody who didn't buy, now to buy up here, how do you justify, if you don't buy this rotation, and how overvalued or undervalued it was, and now how would you value buying it after it's completed that entire recovery that we thought was a guarantee? There's no guarantee, so I said 90% or 95%. But still, that's about as close to a sure thing as you could ever have with crypto, with XRP especially. It was just set up. And then with Bitcoin, understanding where it was going and targeting all-time highs in the rotation so early, it was a done deal. This is just a done deal. And I apologize, nobody can see the comments, and you won't hear me comment as much to the people today because I just can't possibly keep up, because I can't look at my phone like that. I try to give you a real experience. So today, I'll do my best to keep up. If anybody donates, or if anybody, you know, if I see, like, let's see, I seen like Christopher coming, who's in month 1 of Tom's Army with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. Thank you so much for that. So I greatly appreciate it. How crazy is it for ARB strategy to hold 100,000 XRP? Because that's my goal. It's 100,000 XRP from where? You know, is it crazy to hold it from $3.50? Or is it crazy to hold it from 1 cent or 10 cents? It all depends where you hold it, my friend. At 1 cent, 100,000 XRP would be 10 grand. Or something. Wait a minute, not 10 grand. No, that might be right. I don't know. I'm not a math magician today. My mind's swirling. So let's continue. I don't think it's crazy, though, if he likes XRP. Plus, how much money does he have? Is he a millionaire? 100,000 XRP might just be a drop in the bucket. You know, it all depends. There's people in our audience that have over that. Just saying. I'm not going to say names, but we have some big whales in our audience that have already proved to us that they hold closing in on 400,000 or 500,000 XRP. So it's pretty interesting to see the kind of people that are in our audience. So, but with XRP, we're clearly watching that 77 or 75 cent mark, also the 77 in this chart. But we're watching that all-time highs. If we can get past 66 cents, or the all-time formation from all-time highs, I should say, that we've been in for 6 years. Once we get over this, our focus now, if we can hold 67.7 cents, because that's the technical move from that bull flag that we set up for a couple days, we're firmly going to be looking at this rotation, folks. And I've been waiting for a very long time to get another chance at this line. And it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often to get a chance at this rotation. And damn it, we deserve it. We deserve another shot here. It's been too long. It's been too long. Our next shot is right here. If we can get over 66.6 cents, deleting this, deleting this, deleting this, because all of this is irrelevant. Don't care. I know where it can go. You know where it can go. But this rotation, this wasn't meant to be like this, because I have other charts that we've now filled in. And now this can be for what it's meant to be. Are we going to come up finally? Now the 67.7 is the only important part right now. We must get past that bull flag resistance on the technical target, as that's where it says we have to go. So we have to fulfill the technical move and break it to move on. Then, and technically when we get over this rising channel resistance and hold it, we're taking aim now at this downtrending resistance for the first time. For the first time. Let me repeat that. For the first time since we hit it all the way back. All the way back. First time January of 18 when we hit all-time highs. Next chance we had to break up and try to push back into some kind of bull rally, bull market consolidation to the upside. We failed. April of 21. We've yet to attempt another breakout. We've come close but haven't sniffed the downtrending resistance. You must come into it. Our next chance is right now. If we break that rising channel resistance, for the first time in 6 years, we're going to have a chance to break out of this bearish consolidation. And technically, once you break out of this and you hold, if you do it before about June, your technical target's to retest that 2021 high in April. Now, that could take a series of months. We don't know. It could take days. We don't know how that works. XRP is a tricky son of a gun, I tell you what. It only took a matter of when it broke out over here in 21. It took a matter of when it broke out from 63 cents. It went from 63 cents on April 4th, and it had already topped out in 12 days. So, just to put it in perspective, the last time it rallied from these levels and actually broke out, it took 12 days to get to $1.97. So that's why I say when people say, Tom, how close or how fast, I don't know, but I know when it happens, XRP is not one to wait. It gives you all the nonsense in between every day, up and down, left and right, makes you want to cry and bash your head in unless You sell the bull markets and buy bear market accumulation phases, and then you're going to get wealthy. And then you're going to become more wealthy in the next market. And every time you do it more successful, you got a little more capital, folks. And you've got a little more wisdom. And you're buying a little bit better. And you're expanding by, back in the first market, when I was in with every one of you, I had 5 assets, barely totaling $4,500. I mean, it wasn't much. You know, this time I have 12 different assets, or 13, at just about, I would say 7,200 or 7,300. But we also have over 10,000 that we were able to divide within different commodities and try to give some exposure to precious metals, because I believe you should have a precious metals exposure. So that's a nice way to have a store of value. Whether you choose to do it by Brinks, you choose to put it in the ground, you store it at your bank. I don't really give a rat's ass what you do, but you need to have exposure away from the US dollar, because it's going to collapse here eventually. The BRICS nations are already making that very clear. Our sanctions are working against us, as we've said here for many years. So Bitcoin, the ultimate cup that you will ever see, it's working on. If Bitcoin pushes out of this and it does this successful handle, and it's not going to come without pain, folks. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. And this could be when an alt season starts, when Bitcoin consolidates, and it could be as low as 38, could be at 52. We don't know. What I speculate is hopefully we could build a handle that only comes down to about 52. That would be a 17,000 point drop. And then boom. Now, you could do it with I've seen smaller handles form, but that's over such a length of time. You would expect 60 probably wouldn't hold. But there is a scenario where it could, but it would be a perfect consolidation down. And if it holds this handle, even if it's 38, if it breaks out on a bullish cup and handle, and this is proven true, you're talking about probably 150,000 Bitcoin. And you never hear me throw out predictions, but if you break an all-time cup and put in a bullish handle in this scenario, I mean, even if you go down and you say, let's take the length of this fucking cup. I mean, even if you're trying to do something speculative and you're like, let's just do it from here and say, well, that's the width across from the bottom. And trust me, you could get a lot more than that out of that. So, I mean, you're looking at something pretty incredible here. So let's just go from across. We went all the way from here. We went all the way down. I mean, how would you even measure this? You know, so, and I mean, this is all speculative at best. But even if you measured a bullish handle like this, and you give it no benefit of the doubt, that's still 107. I mean, you're looking at some massive, massive breakouts here with Bitcoin, ladies. And that's just the cup. We're not talking about maximum exposure here. If that happens, I mean, what's going to catch everybody out, though, and 75% of you who are watching me right now won't make it past this consolidation. Even if it's a 25% consolidation, nobody's going to make it through for the most part. And then they're going to see it, all of a sudden a 23% consolidation turns into something like a fucking another 100% possible move, 150%. It's going to be, if it moves up past this all-time cup and goes into discovery after getting into discovery, just think of it this way. Bitcoin went into discovery after hitting all-time highs. It went from here, hit all-time highs, went right into discovery now, and consolidated all the way back down to 16K. Or what did it go down to at? Yeah, about 15K. So the fact that it went to all-time highs, had a bullish cup, but then failed, it just went for a bullish consolidation, and now it's putting in a real cup. My God, ladies and gentlemen, if this plays out properly, I'm telling you, we're going to be sitting here one day and we're going to say, Jesus, the Mother of God, we were so early, and thank you, my Lord and Savior. And you'll thank yourselves for being diligent the whole process, because this could be an unbelievable move when it does happen. But for now, I'm targeting Bitcoin around its all-time highs at 69K. I don't think it came all the way up here not to at least hit it. So that's what I'm looking at. XRP is looking fantastic right now. I know everybody's like, oh, it's at 65 and everything else is jumping. Well, XRP is moving in its own right. So remember though, we heard this in 21 when XRP got stuck at 47, 40, 65, and then all of a sudden within a month span, XRP had went up 5x. So we've been here before. In 30 days, it was up about 5x. So we know the drill, folks. So with the XRP market cap, and I hope that helps, with the XRP market cap, we're making a big move here. 38.9 billion is the next big resistance, but guess what? We've comfortably come back into this channel, and this was how we estimated if we were going to get up to 80 cents, it would probably have to play off of this pattern. But if we come up to 42.28 billion, that should open up the door to no less than 75 cents, and we'll retest. And this should line up perfectly for a retest back into a bull cycle, possibly. And for XRP to get back in a bull cycle, we've got to get past 75 and then break the extension at 82. We have to. After you break that, there's nothing. You have the 94-cent swing high, and if you push past that, there's no other resistance from the foreseeable past that you would have to break through. That would have broke down the January of 24 like we already have this year. It would have broke down the July of 2023 formation as we're moving through and already have so far right now. That would push you through it. We're on the cusp of breaking the rising channel resistance going back all the way to June of 2022. And if you broke over 82 cents, that would not only clear the November of 21 formation, but also wipe out the 6-year consolidation as of right now. And then it's been 75-month consolidation right now after we had all-time highs. You could finally get past 75 cents and get rid of that 2016 pattern, and it signaled a actual successful breakout if you could hold the November 21 formation at 82 cents. I know it's a lot of stuff, but once you understand it all, you can't be tricked, you won't forget, and you'll be able to trade accordingly. 243 people in here. I think we have about 70 people who did not hit that like button. If you do appreciate my work, please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube will recommend this video. It would mean a great deal to me if you respect what I do, if you appreciate the time I put in, or if you just want to see this community continue to grow. I encourage you to hit that like button so YouTube will recommend this video. If we do have to have a nice consolidation here, look no farther than the July of 2023 formation at 57.2 cents. All you want to do is make sure to continue holding that so that you continue to expand. Our only supports in the area right now, in between, you don't have much right now. You don't have much. You have the bull flag that we came out of, that we literally just came out of a few days ago, or at least the channel if we were to come down, but that's pretty irrelevant now. You can't even really look at that because we did have the bull flag consolidation that fortunately everybody who stuck around can see how we broke out of that now. And this is where if you overextend it, let's just play the overextension game, okay? So now if we come down here, because we know the pattern, what I like to do is now I like to go out from a little bit farther, because we knew the short-term area to try to break out was here. So now we come back here and we see exactly what was setting up before the breakout. So we did have that setting up. I think that's pretty clear. I think we could say that's pretty clear that that's what was setting up. So if we're looking for a back test, and you can use this, then we look at from the uptrend. Where were we starting? Well, I think it's pretty clear. We did have a move from here. We had the support. And by this validation here, we got a pattern that we didn't even know was there, right? So that gave us all the evidence we need for the back test. So now you say, well, in worst case scenario, where can that back test be? It's that formation. Well, we already knew that formation because that's what? We know that formation now. That's how we start to backtrack. See? And this is going back to, this is in February, but this encapsulates the January of 2024 formation, just in a smaller target though. We're able to redefine it now from February because of this drop down that we had at 58.9 cents yesterday. So now this is the formation that it could back test from February. It's even farther out than the January. So I think this is a good way to look at the technical analysis. And now we know. We haven't fulfilled the technical target at 67.7. If we get over 66.6, that's the rising channel resistance from 22. And if we can back test that, we'll look fantastic. And then we're off to rally land. We're off to rally land. However, it's been 50 minutes here. I want to get through this story because I still have another live here tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you listen to this because we're going to talk about the long-term rally prospect. So make sure you hit that like button while you're tuning in. If you do appreciate my work, consider joining Tom's Army. Pay it forward for the extraordinary amount of time I put in. And get one of those emoji badges if you do appreciate what I do day in and day out. We're about to hit our 3-year anniversary at the end of March, and I'm proud to say I've never missed a day here. So that's something that I am very proud of. Or consider sending a YouTube super chat one time per month to pay it forward. If you're looking to trade XRP or even other cryptos in the USA, especially XRP or Canada, look at BITUNIX in the pinned comments. Click on it. Even if you don't want to deposit or do anything today, at least click on it and sign up. Or at least click on the link so you have it. And then you can have XRP even in the USA, and it doesn't go time in the high times of volatility. There's no VPN either, so you don't have to go through all of that. And if you don't do a KYC, I haven't done it. You just have to send funds from another exchange, buy another crypto, and not use a bank account or deposit or withdraw from their exchange, by a bank. And you don't even have to do a KYC, which is know your customer. So if you're not interested in doing that, take advantage of it while they still offer all of that. And it's the lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA that I've found. So XRP gained 5.61% from the previous day, keeping up its bullish run that started a week ago. How's Tommy, Julie? In his room? Is he just hanging out? Okay. I'm almost done here, less than 10 minutes, okay? And then if you. So XRP gained 5.61% from the previous day, keeping up its bullish run that started a week ago. XRP is now up to 59.17 cents currently and still gaining. It started the week off strong with one of its biggest jumps in days, showing that it's not lost its steam yet. The coin is being helped along by the major crypto coins, Ethereum and Bitcoin. Their gains are pulling up the broad market and keeping a major bullish trend going. We have also seen the trade volume jump, gaining 42% over the last day. What does this mean for XRP moving forward? The question many are asking is if the coin will reach $1 this year. Expectations for XRP. We suspect that XRP will keep growing this week. And remember what I said, we wanted to take the technical analysis and do yourself the due diligence to see what other people are saying at least, and bounce it off of what we've been seeing today and see if it adds up. And if we start getting a universal thing across the board, I think it's pretty cool. We suspect that XRP will keep growing this week, but there is some indication that a bubble is forming and is in danger of bursting soon. With long tail bull trends across the market, it is not likely that the upward momentum will keep going. Very few analysts expect it to, but the worry is that the price will fall and fall hard. Ripple is working hard to make sure that the XRP is functional, or that XRP is functional and becoming more functional all the time. The Ripple's team focus, however, is making sure that there are no problems with purchasing and using the XRP coin. They are working on problems around the world that involve liquidity and exchange of Ripple, making it more accessible and more widely accepted. XRP could see a push past 70% or 70 cents as soon as this week. But what about $1? That could come before the summer hits. If a crypto bubble does not burst before then, as fast as high as Ripple has been moving, though we do expect that the coin will experience price correction soon, traders should be cautious about jumping in on XRP too quickly and too heavily when there could be a price dip in the next day or two. So basically, okay, I felt like they cut that off a little soon, but that's their interpretation. So I just wanted to share that perspective. Not that, there wasn't much of a perspective, but it's hard to put people on the spot. XRP set at $1 in March, crypto analyst says. So let's see who says this. And then I'll let you guys go, I promise. But it's always good to have a bullish side of things. Sorry, Ali and everybody. It's not showing on my tablet. That's why I'm not commenting anymore to everybody. It's just too hard to keep looking down at my phone. But I acknowledge everybody who was here. And I did go through and say hi to everybody in the beginning. Hopefully we don't have this problem tonight. And if you are here, make sure to tune in at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our night live. We always do a live a half hour before the close, but I've been starting to do more lives, two-a-day lives when the market's moving or, something needs to be said. So XRP price set at $1 in March, crypto analyst says. So in a recent technical analysis update, the crypto analyst known as Dark Defender, provided insights into the price movements of XRP against the US dollar. The analyst employs the Elliot wave theory to dissect the price, so that's why you'll notice I talk about Dark Defender more. That's the only reason I like to read the articles that talk about him, because he does do the Elliot wave theory. So to dissect the price movements of XRP, this approach, rooted to the psychological patterns of market participants, illustrates price trends through a distinct 5 to 3 wave cycle, and that's his thing. Dark Defender, he does the Elliot wave, and that's his value. And I appreciate it, so I'll continue to read stuff that involves him when I find it useful. So go watch Dark Defender. I know he's on YouTube. I've never seen his channel, but that's where they always reference. This includes 5 waves following the primary trend direction and the correction waves. According to Dark Defender, XRP is exhibiting an uptrend since January of 2023, undergoing an ABC correction phase. From November of 23 to February of 24, this phase set the stage for a new bullish wave sequence. So Dark Defender said, "Hi all. I hope you had a great week, and let's first check our previous pattern and update at XRP strolling strictly around our Fibonacci level at 64.62 cents. The lines are clear and accurate. Checking MACD, the MACD is the moving average convergence divergence. Emoji and RSI indicators, XRP is expected to continue the uptrend." So the current market dynamics of XRP encapsulated in a wave pattern marked from 1 to 4. As for Elliott wave principles, the initial wave peaked on February 16, 2024. So if you did stick around and you like the Elliott wave principles, this is beautiful for you. The initial wave peaked on February 16, 2024, reaching close to 58 cents, showcasing a strong market sentiment, as the subsequent second wave's retracement was modest, halting at 52.5 cents. Rather than fully reverting to the starting point of the wave, XRP is currently navigating through wave 3, which is often the longest and most powerful, indicating a potential surge towards the 81 cent mark. That actually validates what we're seeing in the November 2021 setup perfectly. The forthcoming wave 4 is expected to be corrective, with a projection of a dip to around 75 cents, leading into a final thrust. And listen, that would be the perfect scenario for us, ladies and gentlemen. 81 cents would be rejected on the November pattern resistance, that downtrending resistance, and it would come back and backtest a 6-year consolidation after all-time highs that's been going for, what is it now, 75 months roughly. That would be a perfect backtest at 75 cents, leading final thrust into wave 5, targeting the 91.91 cent to $1 range by late March. Notably, Dark Defender's analysis also incorporates Fibonacci retracement levels, further refining the predictive accuracy by identifying potential market support and resistance points. The price of XRP has recently surpassed a significant resistance level, which was previously identified as a downward line, red, stemming from point B on the chart. This breakout indicates a strong bullish signal as the resistance turned into a support level. Dark Defender highlighted that the resistance has been eliminated, suggesting that prior price ceilings are no longer restricting upward movement. Remember our theory of why did we go all the way up to clear out all that space just to come all the way back down? Did we just open up for a new rally? I mean, that's what looks like is starting to happen. However, a notable challenge lies ahead with the 168.8% Fibonacci level at 64.6 cents, which has already been repelled. The price on several occasions overcoming this barrier is crucial for sustaining wave 3 momentum. The analysis forecasts ambitious breach above the 261.8% fib level at 77.07 cents. During wave 3, albeit with an anticipated correction below this threshold in wave 4, used during the November 2023 high as a pivotal support marker. For traders, these insights underscore the importance of monitoring, and we've already monitored. So, and then here's the MACD. So Dark Defender has referenced additional technical tools, including the moving average convergence divergence MACD, the Ichimoku cloud, and relative strength index RSI. Although analysis does not visually detail these indicators, the commentary suggests that all three support a continued bullish trend for XRP, reinforcing the prediction of an ongoing uptrend. He stated, checking MACD, Ichimoku, and RSI indicators, XRP is expected to continue the uptrend as we predicted. At press time, XRP traded at 65.2 cents. So just consider all of this when you're making an educated and informed decision. With everything we did in the technical analysis today, I appreciate everybody who was here during the live. I appreciate the fact that 177 people are still here towards the end. Have a blessed afternoon, everybody, and make sure to tune in at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so that you can see us leading into the daily close at 7 p.m. So just remember what we said. XRP is doing a fantastic job. We're back testing right now, but our next move, as we see Bitcoin getting ever closer to that 69,000 all-time high and finishing off the cup, it's up 4,500 points or 7.18% right now. XRP is looking for its next resistance breakthrough at 66.6 cents. If we do have to fall, remember that 58.7 cent support or resistance right now. That is going to try to be used as support if it were to fall down there. So don't be caught up too much in the price action, or make sure it breaks certain levels before you go all on bearish all of a sudden. So have a blessed afternoon. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm sorry that YouTube wouldn't let me see the comments on the old tablet screen today. Sometimes it does take those away. But have a blessed afternoon, everybody, and thank you all so much for the